Hello viewers, it's another beautiful day on the program State of the Nation, brought to you by Makia News. I am Melanie Jewel and I have my guest and analyst with me here talking about the President of National Association of Nigerian Christian Youth in Politics, Comrade Ekwe David. You're welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Okay, quickly we move on to the newspaper review sessions for today. Our first newspaper for the day is the Guardian newspaper, with the first headline says, Presidency turn of South, despite religion, Akeredolu insists. It comes with riders that says, La Long Pope hasn't opposed my DG appointment. Proud to lead APC Muslim to Muslim ticket campaign as a Catholic. Resign as VP candidate to save APC from embarrassing defeat. Both Congress tells Shetima. Lao Long's appointment as Tinubu's campaign DG political miscalculation, says group. Just above the lead story, we have more headlines that says PDP. Party elders to constitute campaign team, 6 patients to end crisis. Buhari reversed approval for Seplat to buy ExxonMobil shares, supports NUPRC. Flutterwave hires 200, welcomes new CPO. Akeredolu explains mix-up in arrest of Kuje prison escapees. These are many more stories we find on the front page of the Guardian newspapers for today. Mr. David, let's take the story. What do you think about the presidency turn of South despite religion? Akeredolu says.
It has been on their own stage because in turning out down start despite religion, it has been a thing of we are trying to fix long before now, like the Muslim ticket people were talking about, a lot of people are cramming about. It's in politics. It's not just self-will, but the will of the people. So by the time you start doing things beyond the will of the people,
Okay.
it's not beyond politics. For him to have turned down the SAT is bad. He has to, as a leader, you need to not just cut short because it's based on one particular religion. You have to, bring everybody together because you are not ruling one particular religion. You are the president of Nigeria, the president of a country.
Okay.
So you should be centralized, not be partisans to your religion. You should be centralized to all religion, because even the Constitution institutes freedom of worship. The Constitution does not institute a particular religion. Does not say you should be party because you are a Christian. So everything should be given to just Christian. Attention should be given to Christian. Where other persons that are no. It's being bothered to every other religion, because as a president you are also part of that religion, because it has been a coexistence before you come into power. And the Constitution has stated already. It's clear. So it can't just, shun the South because it's the president, or maybe because there are two wills. The South are too curious about him. They are kind of particular religion, Christians, because in the South you have more of Christian than the Muslim. Let me use that.
Yeah.
So he shouldn't just do that.
So he is saying it is the presidency turn of the South despite religion.
Yes.
So,
When he's saying the presidency turn of the South despite religion, it's not his own making, like I said before. It's not his own making. It's the will of the people. Because what I know about democracy is for the people, by the people, the people. So if he's coming in this kind of catalog that he wants to turn the South because despite is a Muslim or whatever, it's not going to work. If me as a person, I can come out there and say, okay, I want to vote for this person. I can also, if you lost that person, politics is all about numbers. numbers and interest. So by the time you have the majority numbers, okay, means the numbers that are more than the Muslim, what are you going to do? Is he going to cut short the numbers? Okay, but if the Muslims say, okay, we are voting for Christian this time, what is he going to do? So it's like that. It's not of his own will. He just can't shut down the South. Are you getting me now?
Okay.
So now what's going to happen is, it is not him. He has said that because of his own interest and of party. Let me use that word, party too. Because I've seen all the key play and the foul play ever since between him and his party candidates. We're not talking about that. We're not going straight to that because everybody has his own opinion. The party decision is not the decision of the masses. Because the masses' decision is different from the party decisions. Mr. A can come today and say from the party that he wants to become president. And why the masses can say they want that person to become president. So it's democracy, not autocracy.
Okay. Now, you being the national president of Christian youths in politics in the country, you made mention of the Muslim to Muslim ticket. So, what is the future of the country as it concerns the Muslim to Muslim ticket? Judging from your Christian perspective.
Yeah, for me, I would say this. The Christian faith at first.
Okay.
Ever since we as a Christian, we believe politics is a dirty game. So we don't want to get involved with politics. Not like people like us who have gone through school. We understand, we pass through the grassroots. We understand what it takes to before you SUG, like that. Before we start getting ourselves into one or two political movements.
Okay.
They will now get the higher scope of politics. That is not as dirty as the way they think.
Okay.
Like I said before, it's interest and numbers. Now, when you want to do this, you can start from somewhere, become what I want to become. Why the Christians will look like this? Those people that are bad people, is diabolic.
Sinners.
They are sinners. No.
Okay.
You don't need to. Some other persons, their lifestyles, they want to do whatever they want to do because of their own interest. But you can come and do your own. Nobody's going to force you to do whatever you want to do. In politics, nobody forces anybody. You either win or you lose. So Christians are having this kind of mindset that it's dirty. If you become a politician, you become a sinner, you belong to one country group or the other. No, it's not like that. Okay, now if you are saying politics is dirty, what about the Christian forums? Where we have the CAN, for example, the CAN president, they do election. Okay, if you want to throw it, you want to throw it in another way, we can say it's also politics too.
This is interesting, yeah.
Because you come out, other people vote for you. You don't just come there, they become CAN president. No, you don't just come to become CAN president from nowhere.
Okay.
So they need to know you. They need to see your antecedents, your capacity. If you have your leadership drive, you know that you can lead those people or not. That's where it comes from. So the Christian has failed over time before now to view and to key and to function into politics. They have developed themselves. So it is now a lot of people are saying that it's not as dirty the way they think.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying.
Okay.
So now this is why the Muslim, ever since their politics have been their number one priority. Let me use that word. Because when I come across some persons in the north, they said, only thing we do here is politics. So it's like our farm. You understand? So why we for the Christian, mostly from the south, we believe it's from the people who have dirty hands. So when you're a politician, they say you're not a Christian. So this is where we as a Christian fail at the first beginning.
Okay. So what is the future of the country as it concerns the Muslim to Muslim ticket? I'm sure you know the party that is involved in this Muslim to Muslim ticket. So if they win, so to say, eventually, where do you think the fate of the country lies?
When you said the Muslim to Muslim ticket and the fate of the country in aspirant to that, I want to state this categorically. You should understand this. Politics is not only about religion too.
Okay.
Yes, so it should not be political too. A Muslim man can become the president, while the vice can still become a Muslim. And the fact that he's still a Nigerian. Are you getting me? Yeah. But because of what is going on in Nigeria today, we're not believing that this thing is beyond the terminals of being a Muslim, being a Christian, because the past first, what we have seen between the Muslim candidacy, let me use that word, their leadership what they have done. They now believe we are seeing that they are drawing attention more to themselves than the other persons, that they don't exist. Like what happened in this the killing of one young student, Deborah.
Yeah, unjust.
Unjust. Yeah. So that has given the Christian, and not just Christian alone, everybody, the IOS club, that no, this needs to stop. We can't just that they are believing that their religion is number one, and no every other person does not what exist.
The point I'm trying to say is this: you know, currently in this current incumbent government, we have the Christian and Muslim already.
Okay.
I've already seen how it's like. So I am saying, in a situation where we have a Muslim to Muslim, how is the situation going to be like?
Well, for me, it's not going to sound funny because a lot of persons already started making a lot of noise about it, and we have seen history past. Like I said before, the killing from the just, and between the Christians and the Muslims,
yeah.
And it's very bad. And if we have to allow that in Nigeria, it's not going to work, because we're going to get ourselves into a total collapse.
Okay.
Than where we are coming from now, because the attention is going to pour down to the Muslim alone, whether we like it or not. Are you getting me now?
Okay.
So the Muslim is going to benefit more.
The height of nepotism.
Yes, it's going to be a height of nepotism, and we are going to suffer so much. Let me use that word. For me, as a Nigerian, it is better we make it balance the equation, so that the other part will benefit, the other part will also benefit.
How do you think we can balance? Sorry, how do you think we can balance this equation?
Well, by making it equal, as equal rights, the Christian, the Muslim, so that we don't just have one particular religion in the federal house.
Okay. Okay, now I'm talking about the flag bearer of the PDP article. You know, over the years, in years past, it is on record that PDP's flag bearer was given over 16 billion or thereabouts to fix the light issue in Nigeria. Yet, till today, we have both witnesses that nothing has changed. So do you think he stands a chance of emerging as the president of the country again because of this that has happened in time past?
Like I said, it's beyond what you and I can just deliberate on, but it lies on the members of the public, the masses, as they say. What I want to say is that
we are the masses.
Yes.
So you can speak.
In
your opinion, do you think he stands a chance?
Yes. Okay. He does. He stands a chance for getting the ticket. Because if you look at the various candidates, you also see that he has a high profile. Let me use that word, a high profile, and we can't just. There's nothing to show that maybe he has done something very wrong before. Now.
It is on record.
It's on record that during their regime, not his regime, their regime, because it's both of them. I'm talking about the former president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and he was the vice president to Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. And when the president instituted a constitution and make a state on particular issues, the vice president's right is limited to a certain extent. You cannot expect the president to say, okay, we want to do this light stuff, and some money was invested on this. Later on, it not work. You now blame the vice president.
But he was in charge.
Yes,
according to news.
He was in charge, but they don't mean that he has the overall say there.
So are you saying he's not accountable?
I'm not saying he cannot be accountable, because why? The head and the legs work together. If there's no head, the leg will not move.
Okay.
That's why you have the president and the vice president. But in a situation whereby the president take the overall rule, while the office of the vice president is not known. So in that state, you can't just justify that this person is supposed to and you not can do. Do you understand now? So you cannot just say that, because if you want to push that blame, it should be on the both party. and also the co-executive people who are also working with them too. Because the decision there was not just made by the president alone. I think it was passed into bill, the first reading and second reading. So what was the Senate president doing at that particular time? What happened to the House of Rep? If so and so bill was passed or money was raised to do some projects and it was not done, then what would they have done in that present time? That's the situation we're having in Nigeria today. Whereby some fund will be disbursed to carry out some projects and we will not implement it. And the people who have passed out those bills will fold their hands and watch those people go unpunished. Alright, like in the process of Peter Obi, everybody are claiming Peter Obi, people in the Labour Party, obedient or whatever.
It's trending.
It's trending. Like I said before, it's the masses. It's the will, not you. Are you getting me now? It's beyond one or two persons. So I like him. He's a good man. People have talked much about him. He has a clean record, but he lacks something.
And what is that?
Structural implementation.
Oh, that again.
Structural implementation. Okay. Yes. How can you tell me that you have been in a position like me now? I become the president of Nigeria, and I tell you I want to pass over so billion. That's supposed to be made for a project to one particular person. No, now. There are other things supposed to use that money to do. That's where implementation comes from. That's what Nigeria is lacking. I know you did not steal money. Yes, you kept the money. To do what? Who do you give the money for? That money was supposed to be made for a project. We don't have good hospitals. Why not do something? Something that we attract tourisms, like our school education. You know, we make it one. If you just make one Anambra State now, the state university, the best in the whole world, there's nothing wrong as that. We're talking about how many billionaires here that can use to fix one refinery. That's functional refinery that will earn more money for them in the state.
Okay.
That's just it.
Okay. Comrade Ekwe, David, thank you so much for that wonderful analysis. We're moving on to the next newspaper for today, which is the Punch newspaper. And the first headline here is so disturbing. It says, dwindling revenue, Nigeria facing existential threat, World Bank warns. Federal government borrows 22.5 trillion naira from CBN in 6 months despite fiscal risk. Our massacre. Security agencies begin manhunt for financiers. 12-year-old, so sad. 12-year-old kills Nigerian mother in US, blames intruder. Buhari makes U-turn on Seaplan's ExxonMobil deal. 2023, wrong choice will consume Nigeria, says Obasanjo. Sheath your words. Sheath your swords. But the judge tells Atiku Wike. These are the stories on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Now, quickly, Mr. David, let's talk about the crumbling Nigerian economy. You know, World Bank has warned that we are facing an existential threat.
You know,
what are your thoughts?
My thought is, you know, since the beginning of APC, the state of the economy, Nigeria goes a lot of hardship in this country. APC, they keep on borrowing from here to there. Okay, the money that I've borrowed is not being made for implementation. To have some certain jobs. The real reason why you are borrowing this money. We said we don't have refinery. This money that has been borrowed is enough to fix the 7th refineries. We're able to fix those refineries, those oil exportation. We're able to refine this oil here for our own self, use for our own self. Then if we want to do the other one, we can, you know, do it the way it's been done. Yeah. But because these things are not being done here, money for what is it called, subsidy or whatever, it's what's hitting us up. Are you getting me now? Yeah. So that's why the World Bank is now saying to this, they're trying to warn.
Yeah, they actually said subsidies should go.
It should go. Yeah. But now we are seeing the state where we are. So well, the threat is gonna get worse thing. It's gonna get worse as far as APC they are still in position.
Okay, okay. Now, the story says the federal government borrowed 2.5 trillion naira from the central bank. Okay, my question is this. Just recently they have come out to say they cannot borrow money, um, because of ASU. The education system is dwindling as well, and they have said they cannot borrow money because of ASU, but they are borrowing for other purposes, which we are not really seeing the effects. So, what are your thoughts concerning this?
Firstly, I will want to throw this to the National Assembly.
Okay.
What are they doing?
Okay.
At least before you want to make a move to borrow anything, there must be kind of paperwork, implementations, structures on ground to say, okay, this money we are borrowing, what are we used to do for this? It's meant for this project. Before they be signed into law, into B, first reading and second reading.
Okay.
As it's sitting here, you must go. It's just, this is like a drama. Let me use that word. Like the way people are saying obedient, obedient, and it's something like that. Are you getting me now? We are not seeing anything that the National Assembly, just as if they are not working. We only have people there who will come in the morning and greet fellow Nigerians, reaching you right from the green chamber, whatever. That's what we just see that they are doing there. Is to take the eyes have it. What are the eyes having now?
Okay.
As the eyes are having non-implementation, or the eyes are having it over poverty and insecurity, or the eyes are having it over the strike of ASU strike. Students are at home. Are they happy that their children are at home? I don't blame them because their children are studying what in that country. That's how they are afraid to develop this country. That's why Nigeria is where we are now.
Okay.
And we steal our money, take it abroad. Steal our money to fly their children abroad, bring them back for wet coochie jobs. Push them in one position or the other. Then we, the masses, we are here, suffering painfully for nothing's sake. Because the eyes have it. The eyes always have it in this country. The eyes will continue to have it. All the eyes is having it. The eyes is having it for bad implementation.
Interesting. Now, thank you so much for that analysis. A former president, Obasanjo, has said, come 2023, a wrong choice will consume Nigeria. In your opinion, what are your thoughts on this? Is there actually a right candidate and a wrong candidate? If there's a right candidate, who do you think is a right candidate to deliver Nigeria?
Yes, for me, the right candidate should be the person who has the capacity to lead.
Okay.
It's not just a talk, being equivocal, or a phraser. Somebody who is ready to work. Structural rehabilitation. We're not talking about paperwork, we're talking about reliability. We're talking about functions, implementations. That's the right candidate I want to vote for. Another thing again I don't like about Nigeria politics, where some other persons who have become presidents, governors, senators, who want to impose on us, who they want to sit there because they also want them to be having what they are having before. Somebody that they can call their boy. That's why, I'm not going to say too much. Like President Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president, is saying, wrong choice will consume us. For me, how did you know that? Did they have the choice that you want to bring to us? Because I know this is the same person who said Jonathan was go slow. With all due respect, if he's hearing me now, with all due respect, I know he's a leader. But it's that time we have to do away with these people. They should leave politics for the young people. Because we have tested from the old. We understand the implementation and whatever. They want this politics to center around themselves. That's the problem about Africa, not just Nigeria alone. So it's time for the youth to take over. For me, if you are asking me categorically, let me state it now. The right choice for Nigeria is a youth. Because a youth will not want to do something and not leave the glory for the latter.
So, okay, thank you so much for your time, Comrade Ekwe David We enjoyed having you on the program this morning.
You're welcome.
Okay, viewers, that is what we can take on the show today. Do join us same time tomorrow. Goodbye for now.
Bye. Bye.